When the treacherous hands talk, the liar, the dissimulator, becomes more vulnerable. We'll start with the most popular gesture that may be a sign of lying. Covering the nose or rubbing the nose is often associated to the gestural expression of the fact that the person is lying. The target is not the nose, but the treacherous mouth that is its neighbour. The association is correct, especially if we talk about a child or an immature adult who has no control over his or her reactions. Occasional scratching of the nose is properly associated most of the time with being a sign of a lie, but this gesture also influences the flair, the person becoming hesitant or being surprised by the things that happen to them or which they are witnessing. The index finger over the lips, the other's fingers bent as a prolongation of the chin, shows that the person in front of us is clearly lying, bluffing. When the right index finger is placed over the lips, we're dealing with an imposter who is dressing the lie as cynicism. If the left index finger is placed over the lips, we have a character dominated by envy, which is rooted in their own helplessness, their own frustrations, that they are not controlled or acknowledged. Leaning on the elbows, the individual keeps his hands on top of each other, the left fist wrapping his right fist. The left fist shows boldness by annihilating the emotional side that can awaken consciousness, the court of judgment. Once this court is annihilated, controlling the blame, guilt, morality turns the individual into a liar, an imposter, an insolent character, and the list can go on. Joined hands with open palms are a sign of a lie, of dissimulation. The palms of compassion, of tenderness, of humanity try to convince us of their sincerity, but their union shows the great efforts that a person puts to convince, and these efforts betray the fact that in reality, the person wants to convince us of a truth even they don't believe. Interlocked fingers, the palms towards the body and the thumbs away from each other, shows that the desire of domination is acute. The gesture shows a liar, a dual person who hides feelings and judgments, not an honourable person behind the appearances. Crossed palms pointing upwards with stretched fingers and tips pointing outside reflect the same dual sense, the image at the surface. When the fingers are spread and the tips pointing up, we are dealing with a hypocritical person. They mimic understanding, wisdom, when in fact they have no idea what they are talking about. They simulate understanding to hide their ignorance. We do not generalize, we are not dealing with an ignorant, but when they adopt this gesture, they are clearly caught on the wrong foot. When the fingers of the left hand scratch the back of the right hand, we are dealing with someone who is lying or improvising by lying. It's a means by which one tries to conceal their clumsiness, weakness, and distrust. The left hand at the back is an attempt to hide the treacherous hand specific to the liar. It fits perfectly the need, sometimes exaggerated, to hold control. Our liar must control their reactions, control the situation, influence and control the actions of others.